Hey y'all, it's Mabia, and in today's video we are talking all things I wish I knew before I studied abroad, and the second half of this video will be things I wish I knew before I studied at the American College of Greece specifically. Keep watching. We're gonna go through all the things I wish I knew before studying abroad in general that a lot of other people that I've talked to here agree with. Then we're gonna get into ACG specific ones, so I'll put in little like flags for the chapters of the video so you can skip to the ACG one specifically if you want to. So first on the list we have learning the language of the country you're going to. I downloaded Language Transfer in an attempt to start to learn Greek before I came here, and I got through maybe like 6 lessons. And I'm really sad that I didn't try harder to learn the language because it really is fun interacting with locals and you try your hardest. And here in Athens at least, the people downtown will like be happy when you speak to them in Greek. They love Americans here and it's just really heartwarming to see them be happy, and it's just sad that I couldn't speak as much as I wanted to back. Like I learned very basic phrases like please, thank you, hi, how are you? But I wish I could have like a little bit more conversational Greek in my like brain to use. The second thing on the list is research the school you are going abroad to before you commit to going abroad, and I guess after if it's too late, but just so you're a little bit more prepared and know what to expect. It will surprise you how different studying abroad is when you're living it versus how it is on paper, and I'll get into that more when I talk about ACG specific stuff. I just really wish I researched ACG a little bit more, but at the end of the day I didn't really have as many options school-wise to go abroad. Like I think I still would have ended up picking ACG, but I wish I knew some stuff about it before I came here so I was a little bit more prepared. That gets me into the third point, which is school is not easier abroad. Do not believe the stereotypes or think it's going to be easier just because you're in a different country. Be prepared. I'm not saying like don't have fun. Like obviously you're coming abroad to like experience all the things, like go travel, go like have fun, meet people, do all that. But don't let school fall to the back of your mind, because your exams will catch up to you and you will feel very lost, and it's a really hard feeling to juggle. School here at least is how a lot of us have been feeling. Like by us I mean like a lot of the people that I've been hanging out with. We all kind of just felt really lost in school this semester, and the school aspect just was not our favorite, but we've been enjoying being abroad. My fourth thing on the list is to document it. I came here thinking I was gonna make all the YouTube videos, like vlog every day, like vlog every place that I go to. I was really bad about keeping up with that, and now I'm actually kind of sad about it because I feel like I don't have enough like silly goofy pictures of like things that my friends and I were doing, or like just the experiences of being abroad in general. I have way too many like posed pictures, and I didn't keep up with my vlogs as much as I wanted to. So I know it's like really tedious and you're supposed to be living in the moment and stuff, but try to document it as much as you can, whether that be like journaling about your day throughout the semester, or like keeping a 1 second a day vlog, or taking like candids of your friends wherever you go. Like you can clear your camera roll at the end of the semester, but take the pictures, take the videos, make the memories. My fifth thing on the list is be a little lenient with your budget. Obviously don't go super crazy within your first like few weeks here. Making a budget for myself was really important, but also don't say no to things just because you're like over budget 1 week or something like that. Like you're still here to live life. Like the money will come back, but that doesn't mean be irresponsible with your money. But let a few things go every now and then, you know what I mean? Like don't be super stingy, but also don't be super like loosey-goosey with it, that you're like dropping bands every week. Be smart financially. Make sure you're not gonna go broke when you get home, but make sure you're still able to have fun and eat out and like experience all the things and go on all the trips that you want to and that are feasible for you. My next one is to either go abroad with nobody you know, or try to keep that number really minimum. From VCU, from my school, there's like 16 of us that came, and even though we didn't all know each other, it's still like, wow, every corner you go you see somebody from back home, and that's like cool in itself, yeah, but I really just wish I branched out a little bit more and talked to some more people that weren't like people that I could potentially see back at home. So that like kind of relates to my next point, which is talk to everybody, say yes to all the plans. Like obviously don't be stupid, but say yes to as many plans as possible, talk to as many people as possible. Like you are not going to see these people again after a semester, and you never know, you could really hit it off with somebody. This is like a regular college tip in general. Just talk to all the people. Like worst case, it's just one bad hangout that you have together and you never have to do it again. My biggest regret coming abroad was I really just thought I had all the time in the world to like make plans with other people, meet new people, and I didn't really branch out outside of my apartment that much. But I really wish I did, because you often like hear the stories of study abroad. Like people are always like, oh, I met all these people, oh, my friend from like California, my friend from wherever. Like the whole point of studying abroad is to like broaden your perspectives and meet people from different places that could be like very different from you and have different opinions than you, and that's supposed to help you grow as a person. And I just feel like I was really behind on stuff like I just really feel like I didn't have that experience to the level that I wanted to coming into ACG. Something that's gonna hang over my head for a little bit, but I still am very grateful for the friends that I did make here. It's just, it would have been nice if I put myself out there a little bit more. So be extroverted, even if it pains you. Like at least for the first couple weeks, try to put yourself out there, try to talk to everybody, say yes to as many plans that you feel comfortable with, but don't be afraid to be a little bit out of your comfort zone sometimes. Like that's what life is for, that's what being abroad is for. This is a whole new experience for all of us, and that is your first step to bonding with somebody over that. You start a conversation with somebody just by being like, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? How's stuff there? How's this semester going for you? What made you come abroad? Blah, blah, blah. And then bam, you're hitting it off and you've made a new friend for life. These next 2 points are more about like home and like lifestyle. So the first one is, it's really difficult for some people to make routines when they're abroad. I found this really difficult for myself. My roommate also kind of struggled with it. It's just, being abroad is a very weird, like for a semester at least, is a very weird between, oh, this is my home, or oh, I'm like just on vacation. It's long enough that you're not necessarily a tourist, but still like too short for you to really have the things that you readily have available at home. So just be prepared for that. Be prepared to move things around, to give yourself a little bit more structure in your day, and try your hardest to maintain some routine. Some days will be harder than others, but as long as the effort's there, like as long as you're showing up for yourself every day, it will make the semester easier for you. And the next one is the one that's very common among everybody that I've talked to here. Not everybody, that's like very generalizing, but among most people that I've talked to here is, even though you are abroad in a different continent, everybody's gonna look at you back home and be like, oh my god, like that's the dream, like you must be having so much fun. You are still gonna have FOMO. You are gonna miss college, you are gonna miss home, you are gonna miss your friends at home, you're gonna miss your life at home. I was okay for like a month maybe, and then I really started missing VCU. I miss VCU so much. If you can't tell, I'm still abroad, but I'm going home soon. Abroad is really fun, and every day has been really good for me overall, but there are gonna be low moments where you really just want to be home and see the people that you've spent so much time with already, and the people that you've grown up with, or stuff like that, or like the city that you've grown up with, or the city that you've been like experiencing throughout college. Like you're gonna miss college, and obviously if you're watching your friends back home, like hanging out with each other all the time, doing all the things that you used to do with them, you're gonna feel a little sad. And that's normal, and that's okay, and that's totally valid. But it is really awkward to talk about with people back home, because you'll be like, wow, I really miss like this, and this about home. And they'll be like, what are you talking about? Like, you're literally abroad. But then you'll just be sitting there like, yeah, I guess. It doesn't make you any less grateful for the experience that you're experiencing. Your feelings are very valid. Like, other people are experiencing the same thing as you. FOMO is so real. You are gonna be homesick. It's not gonna last forever. You can pull yourself out of it, and the semester goes by so quickly. Like, it goes by so much faster than you think. I don't know why I didn't expect it to, because I remember thinking the same thing in college. I was like, wow, these semesters are going by so fast. This semester went by incredibly fast. I feel like I just flew in yesterday, but I've already been here for 4 months. And it's just like, wow, you don't have all the time in the world. Yeah, you're gonna be homesick. Yeah, you're gonna miss like your friends back home, but you will be home sooner than you know it. You just gotta tough it out a little here. You gotta live your life, because you still are experiencing something great, and it's not gonna be forever. So make the most of your time here to make yourself feel a little bit more like involved with your college, and like you're not just on like a 4-month vacation. Ask about extracurriculars at your school, join a club or two if you have the time. I don't think I went to campus at all unless it was a day that I had class or if I had an exam or something. And I kind of wish that I did join a club or get a little bit more involved with the community here, because even if it's not your permanent community, it's a community that you're part of for 4 months, so try your best to become an active member of that community, you know what I'm saying? Very big tip that I wish I knew before I booked my first flight from Greece to a different country: skyscanner.com is the best place for you to look at flights. It will compare all of the flights available on every single website ever, give you the list in like order of cheapest to most expensive, and that is what you're going to use to book all your flights. And for flight booking and trips in general, I really recommend getting on top of that as soon as you can when you get to campus, but not before you get to campus. My trips all kind of fell at the second half of the semester, and I feel like my first half of the semester really rushed by. At first I thought I wanted to stay in Greece for the first month or two just to get to know Greece and stuff like that, but I mean, I had time during the week to do that too. Like, spend your weekends in other places if you have the ability to. So book the flights, go all the places, and make sure you book them in advance. My most recent trip, I went to Paris 2 weekends ago. That was my most expensive trip, and it was only like 2 days long because I waited like the week before to book it, because I was like, I feel sad, I haven't gone to enough countries. So that's the consequence of that action that I decided to do. And with that, that means write down right away when your free weekends are, what weekends you can leave, and where you want to go when, stuff like that. Like, just plan out all your trips as soon as you can. Sometimes what was really easy for me and my friends was to write down all the countries that we wanted to go to, and then we'd find which ones we overlapped with, which ones that like all of us wanted to go to, and we tried to prioritize those trips first. I do wish that I went to a few more places in Greece. I wish I went to other islands because I feel like I didn't see enough of Greece, and that's something that I wish I did. So if you're in like a country that has multiple cities or like multiple places for you to tour, like go be a tourist in, definitely try to get those out of the way too. Packing is a very long topic. I think I might make a separate video on that, but I'd say generally pack less than you think. I literally brought half my closet with me and I did not touch half of that half, so you definitely do not need as much clothes as you think you do. So now is when we're gonna get into ACG specific stuff. I did not know how hard school at ACG would be for me personally, because I'm so used to the American school system where we have tests and homework and classwork and quizzes that all add up to your final grade. Here, you have your midterm grade and your final grade, and that's it. They're usually split up 50-50 or 40-60. So your entire grade for the semester is just those two tests, which I've never had classes like that before. So the lack of structure, like keeping me engaged throughout every week, really made me feel behind in some of my classes sometimes, because I would use homework as like a benchmark, or like quizzes as like a benchmark to see where I was falling in a class, to see if I needed to catch up on something, because just 2 tests wasn't enough for me to know how to study for them or just how to even approach the material in general. I had a lot of difficulty actually like preparing for these 2 exams that I had. At the end of the day, I did like pretty well on them, but I just feel like I went through so much unnecessary stress because of that. So that goes back into my research your school, like be prepared for it. I think if I knew ahead of time that that's how it was going to be, I would have definitely approached my semester differently schoolwork wise. The grading system is UK based, I think. The test style here too, majority of my finals and my midterms were short answer essay based questions. I think I only had one final that had multiple choice on it, which that was also something that I'm not very used to, because I think back in the States, or at least at VCU, in the classes that I take, they're all usually online, multiple choice, stuff like that, and you'll have like a pretty structured like study guide of what topics are on the exam, but that's not really common here. So that's something else that I found a little bit difficult to adapt to. Here, I only took classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I really recommend trying to get your schedule condensed into something like that. It made traveling a lot easier, because at ACG at least, If you have a class on Tuesday and Thursdays, you're allowed to miss up to 6 classes overall in the whole semester. I think I only missed like 3 classes, but because I only took classes on Tuesday and Thursday, I was able to take 8 whole days off and be in Italy Thanksgiving break week because I only missed 1 class those entire 8 days. Obviously, if you're not like the type that wants to like leave the country that often, like this doesn't really apply to you as much, but if that is something that you want to do, keep that in mind, that your classes will still be there even if you're not. But I would say if you're at ACG, definitely use all 6 absences if you want to, because it made no difference for most people that I know being in class or not being in class, since our grades were just the 2 exams and it was mostly like self-studying throughout the semester. Athens weather is very like nice compared to Virginia, in my opinion. It was 60 degrees up until last week, so 60-degree December is really nice. So I think that means bring a little bit more warm weather clothes than you expect to. I think I only brought 3 sweaters here, and I only wore them when I went out to different countries that were colder during the times that I was going out. Athens weather is really nice, but it does get really windy. I think it only has rained like 3 days this whole semester that I've been here. But bring an umbrella just in case, because the rain is really random. Sometimes it'll rain for like 5 minutes and that's all the rain you're getting all week. I don't know why this didn't like come across my mind before I came here, but Athens is mountainy, so the walk to school is on an incline because we are in the mountains. But that was just something that slipped my mind, or I was just being ignorant, I don't know. It just really shocked me when I realized that Athens was in the mountains. I feel like I just didn't look into stuff like that before I came here. So research not only your school, but the city you're gonna be living in, because that's definitely really important, and I don't know why I didn't do that. Groceries are a little bit tricky here. The walk to Lidl from our like residence hall is about 10 minutes, but that walk back feels so long when you're carrying all your groceries. And grocery prices are pretty similar to what I see in Virginia, in my opinion at least. ACG provides airport pickup the day you get here, but there's no airport drop-off. You are on your own trying to get to the airport on the way back home. My last tip, very Athens specific, is if you have a student ID that has an expiration date, like it says what year you're graduating from your home university, if you take that to the metro station in Syntagma, you can buy an Athena card, which is the card that you use on public transportation instead of having to buy a one-time ticket every time you go on the bus or the metro. You can buy an Athena card. Without the student ID, it's 27 euros, which is what I did because my ID doesn't have an expiration date on it. It just says that I'm a student, but there's no like grad date on it. And when I showed them that, they told me it wasn't valid for the student discount, so I just paid the regular price for it. But if you have an ID that they consider valid, you can buy your Athena card for 13 euros instead, and that is for the whole month. So the day you buy it, you have that card to use unlimited times for the next 30 days from the date of purchase. My friend was trying to hunt this card down for the longest time. They don't distribute them at every metro station, so you have to kind of look around to find one that does them. But I did figure out that Syntagma Square does it, so the Syntagma metro station will do those for you. So definitely look into that, because for me at least, it was a really good investment because I was out and about every day going from my campus to downtown Athens and back and forth, and it was just really helpful for me. And I wish I got one a little earlier than I did. I think I got one in October, but I low-key should have gotten one in September. But yeah, that is all I have for this video. It's kind of long already, but let me know if you guys want some more study abroad tips, stories, stuff like that. And as always, see you next time.